All right, another Thanksgiving at the Family House type review, and this time we're talking about Moana 2, Disney's follow up to one of their biggest classic hits from the 2010s, big hit on Disney Plus. And the question I have, and everybody else probably has, is Moana 2 worth going to see in theaters, and is it as good as the first movie? Let's talk about it. That's right, Moana 2 hits theaters this week, and this review's a little bit late because I'm seeing family and I couldn't find a time to squeeze in a viewing or just a review recording before right now. But that's not to say I didn't get to go see Moana 2. I saw it yesterday on Thanksgiving with a family friend and my mom, and I gotta say, there's some things to like about this movie. The animation's really good. The family aspect, if you're a fan of the first Moana, I think you could really enjoy this movie. It doesn't have anything that's too negative per se, but I do think this Moana 2 sequel is a huge step down from the first Moana movie. What I mean by that, and the first thing that comes to mind, is the music. There's really no catchy song in Moana 2. In the first Moana movie, you can count your like 3 or 4 or 5 songs that felt very just catchy, but very well put together, really helped move that story along and give it personality. That doesn't happen in Moana 2 all that much. I know Lin-Manuel Miranda is doing Mufasa later next month and wasn't on this movie, and it became evident that the music done in this movie was just not as good as what we had previously seen. Secondly, the story of this movie, I think, is pretty similar to the first, but we're adding a bunch of different characters, per se, something that you might see in a TV show, like this was supposed to be, that just weren't fleshed out, that were kind of just caricatures of stuff, and didn't add too much to the story overall. Not saying it was bad, it just wasn't something that was working for me on a better level. It was kind of bland, kind of provided some humor moments, but there really wasn't much else there going on. The movie itself runs like a brisk hour and a half, and it felt a little bit longer than an hour and a half because it didn't feel like there was that much going on in different parts. The Rock as Maui brings charismatic energy, but he was not involved in the movie as much as it felt like even the first one, even though he might have been involved more in this movie than the first one. My issues with Moana 2 as being something that's great, not being something that's great, it just comes down to this. Just feels basic, it feels similar, and nothing really worked with the music and catchiness. The story and the action were very, well, the story was more basic, but the action was very well done. The animation here is absolutely beautiful, and the overall feel of the movie for families and kids was an overall positive one. Which is why, for me, if you have somebody who loves Moana 2 in your family, if maybe you have kids that want to go see it, I think it's a perfect movie to take to theater. I think it's a fun movie. It has their moments with Moana. She has a cute relationship with her sister that I think works very, very well. But I do think this movie struggles at being anything at the higher quality like we saw from Moana 1, which has been one of Disney's best, more modern movies, so much so that it's getting like an instant, live-action adaptation with The Rock coming in probably in a few years. It's already done filming right now. But my overall grade for Moana 2 is a basic gold rating. It's not anything that's too high. I can't be like, everybody go and watch it in a platinum level. But if you know you like Moana, if you have a family that likes Moana, I think you can go see this in theaters and have a great time. It's going to make a boatload of money for Disney, but for me, it's a more basic film. But thank you for sticking on in here for this review. It's a little bit shorter because I'm trying to do this before dogs come out and start barking at me. But I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving week, and I can't wait to see you as December comes and we get more into the award season movie talk. So I'll see you then, and until next time, have a great holiday weekend. If you're here in America, elsewhere, just have a great weekend.